we talking about Wonder Woman at all, or is that like
not yet.
No,
Sean, just
she's
so
just
you know
there.
on there too.
All right, guys, we're live here, so be careful what you say here if you want to talk about it or not.
All right, we'll say nothing. We're done.
We'll just hello.
Hello.
I'll have to say, I'm surprised you invested money in that behind you.
Oh no, this was a bit. Someone bought this as a joke against me.
No, we love her.
So anyway, everyone tuning in, whether it's live or on the replay, we appreciate everybody joining in. I am here with the trifecta of Power Sups. At first, are you guys like Russian nesting dolls? Because at first there was Will, and then you pop open, and then I meet Bill, and then we pop open again. There's Pete. Is there like a Scuba Steve or George Costanza? Anybody else I should be aware of?
Yeah, we're growing one in the back room. He'll be done in a couple weeks.
It's almost harvest time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
no more. This is us. This is maybe a dog or two, but.
So obviously Will's a multi-time, maybe 4 or 5 times, and Bill, I'm glad you came back. That we didn't skip. Oh, I scared him away already. Just I said, Billy's like, I'm out.
Stage fright.
Oh my God! So if and when he jumps back in, why don't you, Pete or Will? Why don't you tell us how the three of you guys met? Because I don't think I really know the story of all three of you guys.
Yeah, I'll jump in on that one. It's real easy. We actually all went to high school. Bill and I have been very close friends. Actually, we're in a band together since about 5th or 6th grade. It was kind of always, stayed together, stayed close. We met Pete in high school, and it was all pretty much through music. We were all, like I said, Bill and I play drums, he plays guitar, Pete plays guitar and bass as well too. Just kind of through mutual friends, we all ended up, kind of meeting up. And just kind of stayed in touch for the last couple of years or so. It wasn't until, 3 years ago was when we got started. Probably about 3.5 was when we really started getting the planning together. But at the time, Pete had just finished one of his first competitions. Bill was still doing personal training. And I was just getting my foot in the door with endurance sports, with working for companies like Ironman and other local companies that did triathlons and everything. So we all just got together and I said, hey, I got this idea. I got a business plan that looks feasible. I think we can make this work. Are you guys interested in working with us? And it kind of just went with it from there.
Also, he just left out a very important part. People thought that I was Will for a while.
We still think that.
Oh, yeah, in high school.
Yeah. So, that's why we're friends, because they thought I was someone else. And I was like, who are you talking about? Who is Will?
People got us confused a lot.
So they call him Pete and me Will. So naturally, you start a company together. That's the only logical thing.
That's it.
10 years later.
So Pete, I'm assuming you don't share the Instagram account, or do you? Because I know a lot of times I've been caught thinking I'm talking to Will, and then Bill's like, oh, it's me, or vice versa.
I'm logged in, but I'll stop there.
So for people that are just watching and don't know much about you guys, as you mentioned, 3 years old. I know you guys had a big hiccup last year, and I'm going to have to go down that path. I know you guys had a big hiccup. You shrugged it off. You guys are back in full wink, wink power, no pun intended.
Hey.
I know it's bad, really, really bad. But I know the big genesis tonight is you guys have a big release coming. Some people have probably tickled it. I accidentally posted it and I deleted it afterwards. But does anybody want to quickly talk about, what we're looking at here?
Who wants to go?
So, by the way, the hiccup last year, was that the product that went bad, or was it the lawsuit?
Yeah.
Or was it there's so many?
No, I was referring to
I've got a whole list over here of things that went bad.
We've been
hiccuping
for 3 years.
Okay. Because it's, I was thinking, I was like, what are all the things that we had to deal with the last 3 years? And from clumpy product to getting yelled at by manufacturers when they lied to us and calling them on their bluffs, to our most recent shipment, which I'm sure Will would love to explain what happened when we get to that point. Because it's we try to play it off, but literally so many things go wrong.
It's like a duck, it's like it just floats across the water, and then the lights are just
we are.
So let's answer that there for a minute. So the manufacturers are they just looking at you guys like the small fish and we'll get around when we get around, or is it like more than that?
I think that's part of it,
Bill,
definitely.
be quiet. Go ahead. Bill, go ahead. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, so I think COVID was definitely an excuse for a while, and I think a lot of people dragged that out. Like, oh, well, we don't really feel like doing this, so COVID. Shipments are late and everything, so we definitely did a lot of shopping around for manufacturers for this new flavor.
Yeah, and you might be right. Like we're not like tiny. We're not nothing. I don't know what the average customer orders, but
Yeah.
I guess either they're doing well and they can let things fall through the cracks, or it's just, I mean, I don't know. I get it too though, because like I have a shop on the side and it's like a part-time thing, and
Yeah.
sometimes you forget to answer an email or two, and so it's tough to bounce it, but sometimes they'll promise to get something done in time. I remember Will was like, "You said you would have it done in like 3 weeks," and then he was like, "I never said that." He's going off, and I was
Okay.
like, "What, did you just get yelled at?" And
Yeah.
Will was he was so polite about it, and I was like, "Oh no."
We
But-
The
legit had to
dad
talk
me
with-
though, but did you get it in writing though? This is the dad, older brother. Did you get it in writing though?
Yeah, so I've learned that is that I used to think it was a great like sales feature or like, get sales pitch is that like when someone would call you on the phone to actually talk to everything about it, and now I hate when people do that. Just send me an email. I want it in writing, because then once it's actually it's written, you can go back and reference it, as opposed to like I used to be like, wow, someone took the time out of their day to sit down and talk with me for a half hour. This is great.
Yep.
Now a lot of that stuff becomes like subjective to what you thought you heard. Oh, that's not really what we mean. If we say we can do a turnaround time in 6 to 8 weeks, that's 6 to 8 weeks after we've got you lined up and in queue. And then there are also maybe a few other holdups on there. There might be another 2 to 3 weeks for shipping after that. And then you were expecting a product launch in 2 months, and now all of a sudden you're waiting like 3 to 4 months because of something that you thought you heard wrong or something like that. So it's all just vetting manufacturers and making sure you know where you're at. But yeah, like when we were doing the rebrand in last year in November, we had gotten held up for probably, what do you guys think, maybe 2.5 months with just manufacturers, just from bouncing around from different ones to different ones because no one was just fulfilling our order. We just had to keep pulling it.
And who's reputable? Like or are you going to get what you were promised? We think some people sent us samples of things that like it wasn't even the ingredients that we asked for. So it's like a game that's like whack-a-mole, but reverse, like find the good ones. So that those are like the little struggles. And the most recent struggle, which wasn't, I just think it's funny, because Will, I'm sorry that you had to do this, but we almost didn't have a flavor. the new product that we launched almost didn't have a name, because every single unit came without a label on it. They were all unlabeled. It was just jugs, empty, or like unlabeled jugs. And then they sent us a roll of stickers for our labels, and they said, "Good luck," which we couldn't even do because I guess the stickers were printed the wrong way, and so Will had to stay up to like, I don't even know. Did you even sleep?
No, well, I ended up getting somebody to do them for us, so it just kind of running it through there. But whatever, they got labels on them now. We're good.
So Will hand applied every single label, basically.
So wait, the manufacturer that is making this, was it labeling them for you?
It was we had used a basically what had happened was that the labels that we had printed weren't compatible with the shipping that they had, or the machine that they had to apply them on there. But there was just a lack of communication, so it just kind of ended up being they sent them back to us without the labels on them, and then we're kind of like figure it out. And we did. Here we go. It's great now.
That's what startups are all about. That's what a small business is all about. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Learn and course correct. Just a rule of thumb in life.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So let's talk about what we're all here for, though.
Giddy up, baby.
The flavor release, the third iteration of Power Rush. Anyone else got theirs?
Yeah, I got one.
Seriously, let's everybody look.
Oh,
I left mine in the car.
I hope you used it for the gym at least.
on brand.
I got the old one.
Brand.
Just Photoshop it. Photoshop
That
it.
works. It works. So yeah, the new flavor is Bay Breeze. We wanted to do something that was going to be nice and summery, since we're very beach oriented with pretty much everything that we're doing. We're based pretty much out of Atlantic City, with the exception of Bill being in Philly right now. Pete and I go surfing a lot. I'm always out paddle boarding. We're always out on the water, so having something that had a nice kind of summery feel to it just felt appropriate for us when we came down to choosing our next flavor. Bay Breeze is something that's almost like a little bit of a joke, especially because it's such a girly drink to go out and order if you were going to get one. But at the same time, I mean, cranberry and pineapple juice, it's delicious. So, it's like you're going to a bar and ordering like a strawberry daiquiri. Yeah, it's embarrassing to order it, but it's good.
Slaps.
Yeah, shit slaps.
Yeah.
So anyways, but we're also really excited about it too, because I don't think there's anybody else out on really in the market that's got that flavor out right now. I think I saw Condemned Labs had something that they released too, but I'm not 100% sure if that was actually even this flavor combination, or they just named it Bay Breeze, kind of like how Ghost came out with Ocean Water, and it's not really, it doesn't really say what it is. But this is actually the drink recipe for it, which means that we've got it's primarily cranberry juice and pineapple flavoring, with a little bit of a lime on the back end as well too. But it's unbelievable. I am taking Pete's words on this one. It has no business being this good. This is unlike any other supplement I think I've ever tasted, because normally there's always some type of a bitterness, or they all even though they're getting better, there's still a very artificial taste to it. This is just juice. This is a glass of cranberry juice with some other fruit additives in it, and it's absolutely delicious.
Yeah,
so we're so excited about it. Yeah.
Is this what you guys were doing either late last year, earlier this year, when you guys are doing these little trailers or whatever, when you guys are sitting at a table mixing juices? Was that kind of the thought process behind this, or was that just something completely different?
I think that one that you were what your reference is, we've been working on an RTD for years. Okay. I mean, so much to the point where we just gave up on it. We're in over our heads, could figure it out. But there was that. But no, what you were talking about was we had made a recipe video.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so we like to take our, the other flavors of Power Rush, and we made some cocktails with them. And there was that. There's going to be plenty more coming now that we got another flavor on there as well, too. So excited to start playing around with there and get some more ideas. But yeah, overall, we're very excited.
Which, by the way, I haven't tried any of them. They're delicious. What, white cranberry and peach? Was that the best one?
Yeah, that one was really good.
Now we have a cranberry one.
Good point.
And that's the hardest part is, so we were trying to think of what doesn't really exist out on the market. It's this balance of, all of our customers have awesome suggestions for flavors, but obviously we can't make 50 different flavors yet, maybe someday. But it's what do we think kind of vibes with our brand, but also would make most people happy? Because we don't want to do typical fruit punch or blue raz or anything like that. Yep. We know they're hits, but it's
they're so played out.
We have to push. Yeah. We want to try and push the envelope, even if it's. And I think that this is probably the best. What's the compromise between a lot of the flavors that people were talking about? So,
Bill, since you're chatting so much, I'm going to go ahead and bring you in here. For people that are just stumbling across this live video, or for people that are watching the replay, what's the audience for Power Rush? I mean, what really is the product for people that are just tuning in for the very first time?
Well, it's when we first came up to it, we wanted to do a pre-workout, and we've gotten away from that because it's something that you can take halfway through the day. You can take it for hikes, or if you're just trying to focus as a gamer. So we really broadened.
I get he really does not want to talk today.
Oh man, he does so good when he's sitting quiet, man.
Put him on the spot. No,
I think when he was swirling, he scared the monitor or something.
Yeah.
But we'll bring him back in. But when do you guys want to kind of cap off what he was saying? Because again, Will knows a lot of my audience is the weightlifters, the fitness people, but we know that this is not truly a pre-workout. But maybe I don't want to speak for you guys, so maybe you guys want to finish that off a little bit.
Yeah, we're like almost like the Venn diagram if there was like a crossover between pre-workout and energy drink. And that's why we like to brand ourselves as performance energy drink. Basically, it's something where it's got definitely more kick than just like if you were to go grab like a Red Bull or a Monster from the shelf at, at Wawa or like a convenience store. But it's definitely not something that if you're a stim junkie, you're going to go out and use as your pre-workout. But it's definitely got enough a kick in the ass to get you to the gym to go do a workout. But that's not what you also want to limit it to. Pretty much anything where you're going to be active or, it's basically just not limiting your workouts to just being like, I'm at the gym. I'm going to go set a PR. I need the highest stim I can get. Like anything that's just going to be basically keeping you active is really the goal that we were trying to get with this formula.
Right. And being, honestly, I believe like more healthy than a lot of those RTD drinks at the convenience store. Like I feel so guilty if I get like a Red Bull or something, just because I don't feel good after I drink it. Like I get energy, I stay awake.
Yeah.
And I think that on the other side of the spectrum, there's a lot of pre's out there that just have too many ingredients and too many things going on. So sometimes less is more. And I think like this is a case where we are just we're putting in the core of what we really think that you need.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like negative about after taking it, especially if I don't go work out. A lot of times I'll take it even when I can't make it to the gym, which is why it's become more of an energy drink. But it's damn good pre-workout too. So it's.
Yep. And now sharing people, we've got a typical energy drink ranges. I mean, on the high end, some of them have 400 milligrams of caffeine. And a lot of times there's nothing else in there. They say it's BCAAs, but it's dusted. Let's face it. So with yours here, it's 175 on the caffeine. No, 150. I'm sorry.
150 should be
150. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have my glasses on here, as you see, but and obviously you've got some other good things too, like citrulline malate. You've got acetyl-L-carnitine and the wonderful L-theanine and beta-alanine, of course. So well-rounded. So again, the way I use this personally for people listening is this is either my daily driver on the days I don't want, I don't want the high stims, or just an afternoon pick-me-up. But for me, not because you guys are on the phone, but Will, I've been a big advocate for years.
Yep.
And Pete, I'm going to get dad of the year here. So I have a 14-year-old gamer, and I don't know if Will has shared this with you. So I have not tried this yet, just to be completely honest, because I want to give an honest review. I didn't want to do it on the channel, just in case, I didn't, just in case. I mean, I haven't been let down by you guys. But so I gave my son half a scoop, and he loved it. And Will will have to send you, Pete, the video. It was an honest, genuine video. And then so I gave him half a scoop. 2 hours later, he was like, Dad, can I have the other half a scoop? And I'm like, no, I'm not going to be that bad. And then yesterday, I gave him 3/4 of a scoop. I'm on the phone in the bedroom, and he comes in and says, Dad, my ears are getting tingly. I love it. So anyway, not that I'm promoting this to the young generation gamers, but if there's any parent like I am that are trying to avoid their kids going to like the bangs and everything else, this could be a healthy alternative. But again, not the market. I'm just kind of talking freely here.
No,
hey,
well,
I think I started drinking No Explode when I was right around that age anyways.
That's way worse.
Yeah. I was in, sophomore or junior in high school when we started double scooping that in the locker room before weight class.
Yeah, I don't even know how we got our hands on that kind of stuff, honestly. But that's awesome. And you know what? It kind of reminded me of like the whole gaming thing. Like to me, gaming's always been a big part of my life. Like I'm an only child, and we lived out in the middle of the woods, and I played soccer and stuff, but I really enjoyed like Zelda especially, but a lot of video games.
Dude, you're too young to know Zelda. Oh my God.
What's that? Too young? Hold on. What is it? I got the sword.
Damn, dude.
Dude, show him your arm.
That's the original Nintendo.
That's Zelda's a little too much. Wait, where is it? Oh, there it is.
Oh man.
That was just something that happened in the Philippines. We don't talk about that one.
Nerd.
But I always grew up. My parents, they wouldn't like take the computer away, but they would, be like, you have to do something else, like read more, and that's important too. But they didn't. There was no no career for gaming back when I was growing up. And so now that it's like a thing where you can make a living from it, doing what you love, and I have friends who have been semi-pro Counter-Strike players, League players. I have friends in the fighting game community. One of my best friends and coworkers is a Soul Calibur player, and I went with him to Vegas, and just seeing like this community grow and thrive and like have so much money behind it, and like sending people to tournaments and winning big pots, and then actually being able to afford school. It's like mind blowing. So that's why I was like, we gotta, if you call it a pre-workout, you kind of leave out that entire market of like, I want to be able to kind of, this is like my own little personal agenda. I want to be able to help someone else reach that kind of goal someday.
Yep.
Like make a living off of it.
So I'm going to safely assume you weren't playing Zelda on a Nintendo 64 blowing in the cartridge. I'm aging myself.
Nintendo 64, I had it on a Super Nintendo and the NES too. I had the gold cartridge, the top-down Zelda. That was the first one I ever had. That and Mario Golf.
For anybody listening, can we start a GoFundMe page for Internet for Bill? Instead of Save Ferris, Save Bill.
He's in Philly, man. That's just Comcast headquarters. This is just what they do, man.
Bill, we're starting a GoFundMe page to get you from dial-up to broadband Wi-Fi.
Yeah, my Wi-Fi is not helping me out right now.
Dude, you need to start pushing Power Rush more so you can make some money and upgrade your internet, brother.
Yeah. For everyone watching, please help me get better internet.
Yeah.
That's why we're really
I think we're good. I think we're good now, though, hopefully.
So, guys, we had a few questions come in. We'll just kind of put them up there, and we'll kind of just wind down a little bit. So, do you hate when other people rip off your branding?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
So I think I know what they're referring to, but there was a local brand, or it might have been a local supplement shop that came out with Power Labs. And then they went and reached out to our community, the people that we connect with, the people that we talk to. And luckily we have loyal friends that kind of like called them out on it, and we're like, yo, do you guys know about this? But right now we're kind of in limbo. We are still waiting for the Power Supplements trademark to officially be ours before we take action. But yeah, it's a little bit of a nuisance.
I get it if someone just doesn't do the due diligence. You come out with a name that's similar, and somehow the font is also similar. I can get like I can get I can get that there is like coincidences like that, but when you literally go after all of our affiliates and customers, we don't take kindly to such.
Yeah, because I've been pulled into those threads, and it's very interesting. Yeah, like you said, I know sometimes people don't do their diligence, but yeah, the labels are somewhat close. Isn't there an international company too that's doing PWR, or am I just confusing?
There's a couple now, but at least some of the other ones are using identifiers, which means that like there's power and then another word, or it's like for example, like there's another one that's out. It's called Cloud Power right now, and in the eyes, if I'm not mistaken from everything that we've gone through so far in trademark law, is that if you have an identifier in front of it, that's enough of a differentiator so that you can say that there is not a likelihood of confusion between the two brands, even though our name is part of their name. Essentially, it almost makes it, it's almost bad for them because it looks like they're a subsidiary of us.
Yep.
So there's kind of that where it works in our benefit. But yeah, some other things are just some little bit more blatant ripoffs.
So here's one from our favorite former reviewer here. I wish he was back, but he's not. When will Power collab with 5-minute sup reviews on the next flavor of Power Rush? So Matt, if you're watching, we miss you, brother.
Yeah.
But okay, so what flavor, if we can get him back into our network, what flavor would you want to collab with him? Tutti Frutti or what?
Cotton candy.
He would have to bring back the OG lemonade. He every day, I mean, literally at least once a week, I get a DM from him on Instagram saying like, bring it back. He wants the old labels. He just wants us to go back in time 3 years.
He's not the guy selling the originals
guy
on eBay, right?
The guy on eBay.
So you remember, though, in all fairness, though, yes, that first one you guys came out with, and I don't know if Pete or Bill, if Will ever showed my video, what I did like 2 years ago when I first tried it, it reminded me exactly of the ices that you get from like the ice cream truck with those little wooden spoons. Like when you get to the bottom, when all that sugar just coagulates to the bottom, that's what it tasted like to me. And I thought it was spot on. Spot on.
That's the best part.
Yeah.
Some Luigi's water ice or
yes.
something like that. Yeah. It was really good.
Oh, geez. We have one of the OGs here. Muscle Players Fitness, no less. Not Muscle Players, but Muscle Players Fitness. Coming to you from Rockaway, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Close.
He's right up there, man. We might have to make a trip up and go see Uncle Eddie. He'd rock one of these shirts well.
He would. But Eddie, we love you, brother. We have another one from Sunday Drive, which we appreciate you listening and checking in. What are some of your favorite things about Power? So, Bill, we'll open that up to you. I don't know if they mean the product. I don't know if they mean the company, the brand, but however you want to take it.
I think one of my favorite things that we've kind of developed more recently or honed in is our direction. And I have to quote Pete. Like, we were just at a demo at a gym, and we were talking about the stock market, but I think it kind of comes back to our market as well, where he said the whole market's based on vibes, bro. And as you can see from our new shirt, like, we're all about just trying to have good vibes, have like that, like, have fun with it, not take it too seriously, and kind of get that across through our marketing, our products, and everything. So that's my favorite part about us recently.
Okay, Pete, do you want to comment, or Bill? Oh, sorry, Will. Too many ills in the room.
Yeah, right.
I'll go last. There you go.
I think it's actually funny that the less we take ourselves seriously, the better response we get from it. And it's just from that. I mean, we're not people that are going to go out and like be like stern faced and tell you that this is the most aggressive thing. It's not our branding. We're not that type of company. And it seems like the more fun that we have doing this, we get so much better feedback from everything that we have going on. And on top of it, we have more fun doing it, and it just kind of, and it just keeps rolling. So that, we enjoy what we do. People like watching content that we're making, the products that we have coming out, and then that just fuels us to want to do even more.
Pete, you want to put it in a bow?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, ultimately, what it all boils down to, and this is kind of what everything we've done results in, is meeting new people and making new connections and not taking ourselves too seriously. So we're laughing with people. We're getting to hear people's stories. Why do they got into fitness, or how they even heard about us, or what, helping others kind of realize, and including ourselves, like a path to reach our goals. So like, I'm an introvert, but I love meeting people. It's the weirdest thing. Like I need to recharge at home a lot. And sometimes and people call me Sad Pete when I'm in public, because I guess I look sad all the time, but I'm really so happy to like just be able to have like those kinds of interactions with people. So it's like the most, what's the word? Not ironic, but it's like jumbo shrimp. What's
Oxymoron?
Oxymoron. I'm an oxymoron, basically. So yeah, it's just like, and solving problems. It's like my whole life. It's, I'd like to know how things work, and what we're learning firsthand is how to deal with this industry, but this industry will also translate into anything in life, and that's really fun.
So do each of you guys collaborate, man, it's wrong, together, or do each one of you guys truly have a function where one's supply chains, one's finances, one's, I mean, do each one of you guys have a special role, or is it just all harmonizing together? Or maybe a strength?
When we first started, it was just like, hey, we need to do this, someone do this. Like it was very collaborative. No one really had a position. But coming into 2021, Will sat down and made a whole business plan and pretty much laid out all the positions, didn't assign anyone, but said, hey, these are the positions, who wants what. And we went through it, and it was kind of easy where we fell into it. There wasn't too many arguments over, oh, I want this one, but someone else does too. And I think it's definitely helped us grow and help us get things in a better perspective on how we can thrive and make the most use of our efforts.
Okay. And we have another one from the Sunday Drive. Thank you again. And I know we've touched some of this, but what have been some of the bigger what are some things that have been big challenges for you? Obviously, we'll keep the legal out, because I know we're talking about that. We talked about the supply chain. I know the HVAC or something went. You guys lost a lot of inventory, but was there anything else icing on the cake for that? Or those are two big ones?
Do we need anything more? It's only been 3 years.
3 years and three large incidents.
Yeah, every year we get it's like we start doing great. We start getting some money in the bank. We start getting okay, yeah, we got some new product SKUs we want to release, a couple new flavors, and then it's just like, nope, you guys are starting from zero again. Honestly, I think it's just impressive that we keep starting from zero again.
Right, and okay, no, you're right, because it's like we're having a hard time with how do we scale when everything keeps going wrong, and but once we get past these growing pains, I feel like we just have to survive. It's like,
yep.
we're not thriving because we're not rich, but we're also we're surviving, and that's where you learn the most important lessons. And Bill and I were listening to a podcast, the founder of Airbnb, and he was saying how they literally relaunched. They launched 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
And he's like, you know what the funny thing about when no one knows you exist? You can just keep launching. No one even knows. And they had to reinvent themselves multiple times, and they were failing. They were tens of thousands of dollars in credit card debt. And the way that they got out of it was hilarious. They sold cereal called Obama O's and Captain McCain during the DNC. What? And yeah, during the elections, and they sold $30,000 worth of cereal. And that's how they got enough money to get out of debt. And then they met Paul Graham at Y Combinator, and that's when things started to take a turn for the better. But they struggled for 2 or 3 years without having consistent people using their app. People were like, "You're crazy. No one is going to use this.
Yeah,
you're going to let people in your house and sleep on your bed?" And they survived. They should not exist, but.
Yeah, I give you guys credit, because I know when Will told me the whole warehouse thing, and we said you guys got to bounce back. I mean, I'm a fighter. I've been been around forever, but I might have just thrown my hands up and be like, I'm out. But obviously, you guys kind of figured out, and now you guys are back, hopefully on the up and up again.
Yeah, and that's the other thing: fighting the urge to quit when you see these big brands with unlimited ad spending money and their names everywhere, and it's we're constantly fighting, and it's how do you even compete with mega $1 million corporations? It's tough, but it's fun.
But you guys have a little bit of a niche, where maybe it's not. I mean, it's a battle, but maybe not as big of a battle, or maybe I'm wrong. Because I know again, you guys are kind of more the energy drink, and yes, there's a lot of the cans and whatnot, but I don't know of a lot of powdered energy drinks aside from a true pre-workout.
Yeah, and honestly, it's the most cost-effective way. I don't understand why there's not more. I mean, we could even water down our formula, throw it in a prop blend, and then really start making a killing out here. But I guess it's kind of coming under the gamer, supplement, that whole area of the market, just because there's a lot of people in that sector that don't understand ingredients a lot. And as long as it's got a decent flavor and a little bit of a caffeine kick to it, you'll be able to make it work. But yeah, I mean, realistically, having a powdered energy drink is where you're going to get the most benefit. A lot of the ingredients that are better for performance, they're not water solid, or they don't have as long of a shelf life while they're in water. I mean, that was one of the things that Dan with Ghost ran into, is that the acetyl carnitine, after like a couple months, started breaking down, and every one of his cans smelled like fish. Like, and then you got to go back and get a different form so that doesn't happen. And I mean, like, those are things where if you're the first person to really start doing that, no one else would have known that by just saying like, all right, yeah, let me just throw this powder in a glass of water and check on it in a year. So there's things about, RTDs that are, I mean, yeah, they're convenient to just stop and grab one serving on the way to Wawa, as opposed to grabbing 30 servings, and it's technically 10 times the more amount, but you're also getting, so much more per serving for so much less money. When, a canned energy drink, I mean, Bill and I were in Ocean City, Maryland a couple of weeks ago. A can of Red Bull down there was $4.50 for an 8-ouncer.
Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, granted,
crazy.
we're there, it's a shore town and, like right on the boardwalk and everything. But like, when you're talking, this goes for at most $1.17 versus $4.50. And this is going to be a significantly better product, and my preference, it tastes better too.
Yep.
It's really a no-brainer at the end of the day.
So here's God's honest question that came in, and maybe I'll just shoot it to Pete here. Of the bunch, who is Monica, who's Phoebe, and who's Rachel?
I guess I'm probably Phoebe. I don't know. But Bill's pretty happy-go-lucky over there. So.
Me?
And he plays guitar.
Nah.
Yeah, he plays guitar.
I
All right, so
wasn't
I'm Monica. Bill's Rachel. No, Will's Rachel. Bill's Phoebe. Is that?
I'll take it.
Do you fight that?
Yeah, I didn't watch Friends, so I'm gonna have to trust you on that, man.
Yeah, we're gonna have to trust you, Pete.
you're saying
I
Bill's aloof.
secondhand watched it. My roommate watched it.
So Phoebe was the aloof one. So you're saying Bill's aloof?
I can see that.
I would say Bill's the wild card.
Yeah. You never know what you're gonna get with Bill. Is he gonna try and jump on a moving train today, or is he gonna,
That was once, dude. That was once. Let it go.
write an incredible summer bopping song? I don't know. You don't know what you're gonna get with Bill.
Hey, don't ruin the release, man.
All right, sorry.
But Will, you're just as bad though, because like earlier this year, like I'm following your Instagram for a minute, and you're like in the middle of Disney World, and I'm like, you're like, I just got on a plane. I got a $50 ticket. Figured I'd go on a plane and go to Orlando or whatever you did.
Yeah. What are we saying here?
Just I got nothing to do today. I got the day off. Most people sleep in, do whatever. Like, where's the cheapest ticket I can go? All right, let's go to South Dakota. What the hell?
Yeah, that was actually a side business I was gonna start, and I was just trying to live at it. I own the domain name idon'tgiveafly.com, and I tried to make a website where basically you would plug in where's the cheapest place I could go for like a 1-day vacation, and it would just spit back a bunch of cheap airplane tickets for you.
All righty.
Yeah, I still want that to be a thing, man.
Was that your pitch? Are you looking for investors?
Yeah, that's it, man. I don't give a fly, man. That's it.
We're looking for some VCs.
Yeah, if anyone out there has deep pockets, let me know.
20 million. That's all we need.
It's a dollar and a dream, brother. That's how Bezos started. Now he's the second richest man in the world.
Yeah,
It's a fact.
So, guys, what's next for the company? I know we're still waiting on some inventory for your Power Tropic and your Power Down. When's that gonna be coming in for us folks that love the product?
Yeah, so we're starting to get our supply schedule in for the rest of the year now. Basically, first things first is we got to reorder our peach iced tea. That's next up on the list. I think we've been pretty quiet about that, but our inventory is getting pretty low, so we got to restock that. Hopefully, that'll be coming in at the end of the month. I don't think we're going to run out of inventory, but it'll be cutting it close for us. And after that, our next agenda is to get Power Down back in stock. We're hoping to have that sometime in August, it looks like, probably towards the end of it. Most likely then going to be focusing towards, going to just kind of be reading where our sales are going to be going. But It's a good chance we're either going to be releasing another flavor of Power Rush,
Sweet.
or we're going to be dropping the V2 of Pro Tropic. And some big changes of that. It's going to be moving from a pill to a powder. A lot of additions to it, a whole different way that we've been looking at it. I've been doing testing on it for about the last year. There's been just a lot of different breakthroughs on different ways that you can attack kind of like the gut and brain health connection on through a supplementation essentially. And basically the whole formula is just getting scrapped except for the concept and then coming back in a whole different form. So really looking forward to that because what I've been getting from it has just been huge benefits. I'm very excited about it.
Awesome. And anything else you guys want to share before we wind down?
Oh, we should probably say this launches Friday.
Oh yeah.
That's the other one. It launches technically Thursday, 7/1. Probably be somewhere around 5:00 on powersupplements.com. Pete, we haven't really talked about Amazon yet, but assuming it's going to be getting on there soon. Let's say sometime probably next week. Next week we'll probably have a chance to get on there after the 4th. But most importantly for everybody listening, if you're still listening, Sean, do we have any viewers? Is anyone still here?
We do. We have a few viewers, yes. Woo! And let you guys know on YouTube as well.
We got Sergio. Hi, Sergio.
So this is a big one. We're actually doing the exclusive early release on Sean's website, the supplement discount coupon. Supplement coupon?
Discountcodes.net.
That's the one, yeah. So you, if you can head over to Sean's website, there's a link on there where you will get the exclusive early release. It will redirect you back to our website. You can also use Sean's coupon code of SupTalk15, and that'll knock 15% off of the order as well too. He is the only place you will be able to purchase this before it is launched on our website. So make sure that you go to his site, use that affiliate link that'll redirect it back to us. And then that's pretty much the only way that you'll be able to find it for right now. Like I said, this weekend, we're going to be doing our launch on our website. We're very excited about it. After that, it will be available for anyone who's local listening at Retro Fitness in Egg Harbor Township. We also are going to be bringing back our summer bundle pricing. So you can pick any flavor of Power Rush, our Good Vibes and Thick Thighs t-shirts. You also get free sunglasses and the matching stickers to go with it and free shipping, all for $45, which is a hell of a deal. Plus, just on top of it, bringing it back around, this new flavor absolutely slaps. It's probably the best. I have no problem saying it is the best supplement I have ever tasted in my entire life. I firmly stand behind that. I have had some damn good protein shakes that tasted like milkshakes, but this is a whole different level that I think people are going to be very excited once they get a chance to try it.
Yeah, I have to say, and you guys don't see it because I'm wearing the same shirt, and this isn't a blow smoke up your ass. But I mean, this is probably one of the softest shirts that I've ever had. And I get a lot of shirts from companies. I mean, this is like the good shit, guys. I have to give you credit.
Hey man, we when we spend money, we spend it on good shit, man.
So, but guys, if you guys want to rattle off your Instagram, if you guys got independent YouTube channels, whatever you guys want to do, let's throw it all out there, Pete. You know, people want to follow you on social media. If you've got anything else you want to plug, please feel free.
Yeah, it's just ITSPEAT. It's Pete, and a lot of sad Pete on there. So,
so sometimes he smiles.
Once in a while, yeah, you got to put
photoshopped.
If you can get him on a slide, he'll smile.
Yeah, like that one time ever I smiled. No, but yeah, I'm just on Instagram. I like to take pictures of random stuff.
And Bill, what can people find you to stalk the heck out of you?
I'm at Philadelphia with 3 L's, and the rest is spelled how you think it is. Yeah, I play some music on there. I do random stuff. It's a good time.
Bill's one of the most incredible guitarists I've ever met, by the way.
He's got the song of the summer coming out in a few weeks, and I'm not even joking. I wish we could get a preview of it while we're on here. It is an absolute bop, and I'm not even joking.
Bill, who do you look up to with the guitar? Who do you look up to, or who did you look up to? Anything specific?
Well, we used to be metalheads, so Metallica definitely brought me into like playing music.
Eddie Van Halen or no?
Oh yeah, I grew up on classic rock, so that's where it started. But then I was like, Dad, you're old. I need to learn something new. And found Metallica.
And now we listen to Panama all the time.
Yes, Panama is like the song of this summer, last summer, next summer.
The last 40 something.
Panama's the greatest song I've ever heard in my entire life. I have no. That's.
Bill, in all honesty, did you shed a tear with Eddie last year? Let's be honest.
I was sad. I was definitely sad. But you know, that's part of life. He's memorialized through his music. He's never gonna die.
I'm gonna again aging myself here. I went to '88, the OU81 tour, OU812 tour with him and Sammy Hagar, and it was just phenomenal, And I still remember it 30 years later. God, 28 years later.
Wow.
Yeah, no, thanks. Go ahead. We'll hit again. Oh, fuck.
It was yesterday. You're fine. It was that long ago.
And the man of the hour, Will, where can people find you, my friend?
I'm on Instagram, Twitter, all that fun stuff. It's Smalls, the number 2, the Walls. You also can follow all of us collectively at powersupplements.com. It's on Facebook. It's on Twitter. We're Instagram too. And there's the website on there too. That's where you can find all of our goodies. Powersupplements.com. No vowels though. In power.
And folks, is rounding up, as people said, if you go to my site, supplementdiscountcodes.net, go to the deals tab, and you'll see the big, beautiful picture of Power Rush. Just click on that. You'll get backdoor access to early release. Use my coupon. And again, guys, and this isn't because most of you guys are friends. It really is a good company and a great product. I've never been disappointed, and that's the God's honest truth.
Hey,
everyone loves backdoor access.
Saying that it does mean a lot to us. Honestly, I feel weird when people compliment us like that because it's just like we don't deserve you.
Yeah, thanks, man. Definitely appreciate that.
In winding up the next show, we'll get in Scuba Pete and Scuba Bob and everybody else. Like, who else is part of the group here? Is this finally it? Is there more like no Russian nesting dolls? I feel like
we'll see. We're not going to limit ourselves to that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we're an enigma of a company.
Power Supplements owns us.
We're actually just owned by one single proprietor. It's a golden retriever, and we just answer to her like,
"Yeah, where's Luna at?"
We have no say. We're puppets.
Well, guys, as always, I really do appreciate your time. Bill and Will, thank you again for coming back. And Pete, it was definitely a pleasure. I know I got to just end on this. You say you're an introvert, but I think you were a great guest and a lot of good dialogue, and I appreciate meeting you.
Thank you. No, my anxiety is through the roof right now, but I do appreciate it. I'm gonna need to take a nap after this, but no, thanks for having me on, and I'll definitely come on, anytime that you'd have me. So.
All right. Well, as always, folks, thank you so much for tuning in to Sup Talk Radio. And again, I'm at suptalk_radio, supplementdiscountcodes.net. And make sure you like and subscribe for great content like this, reviews, and everything else. Gents, thank you so much. Stay on for just a minute.
Woo.
Thanks, Sean.